Beautiful schoolgirl went to a disco and never returned. A day later, her mutilated body was found on the roadside. What happened to the girl, and who is responsible for her terrible death? Don't miss out. The Psychics will expose a chilling conspiracy. You're watching Psychic Investigations, a channel of true and astonishing stories. Here, people who call themselves clairvoyants investigate striking paranormal phenomena and high-profile criminal cases.
My little sunshine, my darling.
These two women, Halina Smolina and Olha Bonder, are sisters. Recently, they began living together in a village in the Kyiv region. 5 years ago, their family suffered an awful tragedy. Halina's 14-year-old granddaughter, Olha, died. According to the official police version, she was killed in a traffic accident. The girl lived in the city with her parents, but came to her grandmother's village every year for holidays.
She studied there, but always arrived here for winter and summer holidays.
In the last summer of her life, Olha also came to the village. On July 6th, together with local teenagers, she went to festivities in a neighboring village to celebrate Kupala night. After that, a disco was held. A day later, her mutilated body was found just meters from the roadside leading to her grandmother's village.
The pretrial investigation is ongoing.
It's been over 5 years, yet it's still unknown who is guilty in the tragic death.
It's a cold case. There are many questions in the matter, but no one is in a hurry to find answers.
I want the scoundrel who killed my granddaughter to be brought here, to these graves, so that he would stand and cry as many bitter tears as I have shed over these years.
The case is taken up by clairvoyant Yaroslava Fedorova and shaman Marina Komushku. All concerned gathered at the site where the girl's body was found.
It's important to me what the psychics will say.
We want to know the truth.
We beg you, please help us in our grief. We'll show you where our granddaughter was found.
Right here.
Here are her photographs. Please help us.
She was lying with her head that way and her legs this way, spread in a very strange manner.
She lay on her right side. Her right leg was straight, hanging loosely. The left bent like this.
Yes, she really lay like that.
According to the crime scene protocol, Olha's body was found 5 meters from the roadside. It lay on the right side, head pointing away from the road.
She had a dark t-shirt, right?
Yes.
And a jacket and trousers.
Yes.
The victim was dressed in a black denim jacket, black jeans, and black sneakers.
I hear noise in her head, like she hit her head very hard. And she has a large bruise here on the left. It's quite possible she had a traumatic brain injury.
Yes. Yes.
Her leg was most likely broken.
She has bruises here, on the inner side of her leg.
Her thigh was broken, her spine fractured, both cervical and thoracic vertebrae. Her aorta was torn. Many bruises and hematomas.
According to the forensic medical examination, Olha's injuries could have resulted from being struck by a car. It was allegedly moving at high speed in the same direction as the victim and hit her in the back.
She was brought here. The car stopped over there, and she was carried here.
What is the clairvoyant suggesting? According to the official version, the accident happened at the very spot where the body was found.
Her front side is clean. No sand or dirt.
I don't see a large pool of blood.
There were no traces of blood at the spot where the body was found.
The front upper part of Olha's body and clothing up to the waist were indeed clean. No blood was found in the so-called body bed, the ground directly beneath her either.
But what does this mean? If the girl was hit by a car, there should have been some traces left at the scene.
When she disappeared, the entire village searched for her.
The next morning, when her grandmothers realized Olha hadn't come home, they immediately raised the alarm. Whenever she stayed overnight at her friends', she always warned them. But there was no contact with Olha. When it became clear none of her friends had her, the entire village joined the search.
We searched in the woods and across the fields, everywhere we thought she might have been.
The tragic news came in the evening. Olha's body was found outside the village.
It was about 7:45 p.m. when Yulia shouted to me that Olha was lying there.
I turned and saw her lying there. I barely remember it now.
My garden is literally 5 meters from that spot. I had been there at least 3 times. They found the body where it hadn't been before. And no one took our statements. Nothing.
From 4 a.m. until 8 p.m. on July 7th, many local residents passed near the place where the body was later found, including Olha's friends who searched intensively. The fact that they didn't find her strongly suggests the body was placed there shortly before it was discovered.
When the victim's relatives arrived at the site, the police were already working there.
The investigator didn't let me near her.
When we came to take her from the morgue and went in for the documents, the doctor told me, "You know, I wouldn't judge that scoundrel for killing her. That's a road accident. But I would judge him for hiding her."
What does this mean? Did the girl really die somewhere else?
There should have been some traces.
According to eyewitnesses, a trail of flattened grass led to the place where Olha's body lay. It began from a dirt road about 20 meters away, running parallel to the main highway.
She was killed and hidden and then placed there.
To feel and see in more detail what happened, I need to go see your home.
And I'll go to the cemetery.
I'll go to the cemetery with you.
And we'll go home. Olha occupied this room.
Do you know what I see? A uniform.
She had a very beautiful uniform. She was a cadet.
She was very proud to be a cadet. She would arrive here wearing her uniform.
Your Olha communicated with her parents in an unusual way.
Indeed. Her parents are deaf-mute.
My daughter and her husband are deaf-mute. They've been together for 20 years.
The grief of disabled parents is impossible to describe. The mother lost the use of her legs. Her husband cares for her. That's why they couldn't come to meet the psychics.
There's a secret. The criminals presented bait, and the police swallowed it.
She was out with friends. It didn't go well. Hot-tempered, she got irritated and decided to go home.
Yes. The girls said that evening she quarreled with everyone and went home.
It turned out Olha decided to walk to the neighboring village.
She got angry and left us.
And she walked home along the asphalt road on the roadside.
I was riding my bicycle back to my village and saw someone walking here.
Was it around 1 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, the figure in a denim outfit. That was Olha. I overtook her over here. Then I heard a dull thud. I immediately thought maybe a gas cylinder exploded somewhere. I pulled off to the roadside and a vehicle sped past at over 150 kilometers per hour.
If this woman really encountered Olha, then most likely she was the last to see her alive.
This was not a human death, because she died in torment. It was an inhuman act, with no justification.
According to the forensic medical examination, the schoolgirl could have lived for some time after receiving her injuries, experiencing unbearable pain.
The clairvoyants returned to the site where the girl's body was found.
So the official police version is that she was hit by a car, right?
Yes, that's what they say.
The police consider it a traffic accident. But is there someone they suspect?
Yes.
The day after Olha's body was found, Vitaly Hordienko, a local resident, was detained on suspicion of committing the traffic accident that allegedly caused the girl's death.
Vitaly, come out.
You have a van, right?
Yes.
According to the official police version, on the night of July 6th to 7th, Vitaly Hordienko, driving a Ford Transit at 60 to 70 kilometers per hour, struck Olha as she walked along the right roadside toward the village. As a result of the accident, the girl died instantly from her injuries.
Around here, the van went off the road into the ditch.
I drove into the ditch.
We were walking here around 4 a.m. and saw Hordienko's van standing there, wrecked.
According to the case materials, Hordienko, driving the Ford Transit, first hit Olha, then lost control at the turn of the road, struck a guardrail, overturned, and fell into a ditch near the lake, where locals found him around 4 a.m.
The man himself had injuries. You hit like this.
Moderate traumatic brain injury and a broken nose.
After falling into the ditch, Hordienko's van sustained extensive damage. It is difficult to say with certainty whether it bore traces of collision with Olha, since any minor evidence could have been erased by subsequent damage.
You were drunk.
Yes, I was. Honestly, I don't remember that evening at all. The police told me I hit the girl. Well, if they say so, then I did.
On the morning of July 7th, when Hordienko was taken to the hospital's surgical ward, he was intoxicated.
His blood alcohol content was 1.7%, an equivalent to half a liter of vodka. Such a dose makes it impossible to drive safely.
Hordienko indeed had a traffic accident that night. He went off the road, hit a tree, and suffered a head injury. The police documented this fact. Yet there's one thing. Why was he not immediately detained or charged?
The two accidents are unrelated.
Olha left the disco around midnight. Walking home takes no more than half an hour. But Hordienko was seen at the same disco after she had already left.
I saw Hordienko's van at the Kupala night celebration around 2 a.m. I was responsible for the equipment, and his car was parked near it. It looked completely intact, with no visible damage.
One of the pieces of evidence that Hordienko hit Olha was a hair found by police on his windshield.
In the morning, the van was towed to the suspect's house. The girl's body was not at the alleged accident site. Only in the evening, after her body was found, did law enforcement come to inspect the vehicle.
There were 4 or 5 investigators, plus uniformed officers. They had those flashlights, searching for something. I don't know what. Then they called me over. Before I even got close, one shouted, "Here it is, a hair!" But I don't know where he got that hair. He could have had it in his pocket, prepared beforehand.
According to the law, such investigative actions must be carried out with sufficient lighting, usually in daylight, and in the presence of at least 2 witnesses. When material evidence is found, the investigator must show its location to the witnesses, seize it, and describe the process in detail in the protocol.
However, The examination of the found hair gave quite contradictory results.
The analysis showed that the hair had undergone chemical treatment, specifically a perm. According to Olha's relatives, her hair was naturally curly, and she had never had a perm.
Olha never had a chemical perm. She was naturally very curly.
Moreover, if the girl had been struck by the van, driven by Vitaly Hordyenko, microscopic particles of paint or glass should have remained in her hair and on her clothing.
According to the research, no microparticles of Hordyenko's car paint were found on Olha's body or clothing. Likewise, no traces of her blood, clothing fibers, or skin were found on his vehicle. These facts indicate that the girl's death occurred under circumstances different from the official police version.
You didn't kill anyone. That's nonsense.
You shouldn't have confessed.
He remembered nothing, and it was very easy to frame him.
They framed him.
The evidence base for Hordyenko's guilt in the traffic accident was insufficient, which allowed his lawyers to change his measure of restraint from detention to a travel ban.
It's frightening when such a terrible crime is pinned on, I believe, an absolutely innocent man.
Nonetheless, Vitaly Hordyenko was guilty because he was driving heavily intoxicated and could have easily hit someone if they were in his path.
According to the police version, Olha's body lay here all day, right?
This is what they claim.
But I see that the body was dumped here.
I see a vehicle. It seems she was kept in its trunk all day.
When Olha's body was found, it was already in a state of putrefaction. It's impossible that such pronounced post-mortem changes could develop outdoors.
The smell, of course, was terrible.
This suggests that after death, Olha's body was stored in a warm, unventilated, enclosed space, so it could really be a car trunk.
I see a car driving from here to there. Olha was thrown far as a result of the collision. The speed was very high, so she flew very far.
It's indeed possible a car hit her. Specifically a can, not a van like Hordyenko's.
This is evidenced by the location of injuries on her legs, which align with the protruding surfaces of a passenger car's front.
The woman who supposedly saw Olha around 1 a.m. is also convinced she was hit by a passenger car.
It was a light-colored car. I can't recall the exact shade now.
The next day, a village woman went to cut grass with her son. She said, "We were driving, and near the guardrail we saw blood covered over."
The place where Olha was most likely struck is several hundred meters from where her body was found, on a bend in the road. The driver, moving at high speed, may simply not have noticed her. From the impact, the victim was probably thrown into a nearby deep ditch. Blood traces could well have remained at the collision site. In addition, not far from this bend, locals found the phone Olha had been using.
We were walking home at about 1 a.m. My friend was walking here and heard a phone ringing. It was broken. He picked it up.
The boy reported that he had found the phone about 400 meters away.
It is also significant that the woman who last saw Olha alive and heard the loud thud mentioned this spot.
And approximately what color was the car?
I see something gray-green.
And a little shiny, just slightly.
The car was quite old, and I hear the name Serhiy. I don't know.
I also saw the license plate. Letters N and the last digit was 1.
A thin man of under 30. Dark-haired, thick dark eyebrows.
Looks a bit like a gypsy.
But the driver was an older man, graying hair, light eyes.
They realized what they'd done and began to think what to do.
They called someone they knew, as I understand, and he advised them what to do.
They thought about what to do with the body, how to erase the traces. Then they got lucky. They saw or heard about another accident and realized it would be easy to frame someone else.
If we assume the real culprit hit Olha at around 1 a.m. and later learned of Hordienko's accident that same night, in roughly the same place, he could have devised a plan to shift suspicion onto the Ford Transit driver.
They found out Hordienko had crashed there and simply dumped the body.
I think someone from the police was definitely involved.
They were covering up the crime, saving their own man.
The investigators arrived before the ambulance.
An investigator came in. I asked, why isn't it written anywhere that Olha was hidden? And he said, I don't want you to mention it in court.
I am 100% sure what the psychic said is true.
Thank you. You have helped us a lot.